What's up, folks? Welcome to Morning Scroll. We are now on episode 3. I don't know if you guys know this or not, but that's kind of a big deal because what that shows is that I am committed. I'm committed. I can't do it. I'm committed to being here. Obviously, I enjoy doing this. It's something that I enjoy sharing with the world. And honestly, I hope you enjoy it as well. Today's episode is brought to you by GovX. Recently, I've acquired a ton of cool items, and I've got them specifically from GovX. I got these Altama shoes. I got this squat rack / pull-up bar and this bench. I got this e-bike. I got a Garmin watch. It's pretty nice. From e-bikes to squat racks to Vertex clothing. Now you guys know, if you saw last episode, you know that generally I wear Vertex every day. Well, guess what? Vertex is available on GovX. GovX is the #1 place for first responders, military veterans to save on items that could benefit them. You want an outdoor cooking stove? You want a camping tent? You want a squat rack? They've got it all. They've got everything, well, mostly everything. They've got mostly everything. Check out GovX and save. Now let's dive into today's topic. So many of you have seen the countless videos and instances where the Sig P320 has come under fire. Literally. It's come under fire for not being reliable as far as having negligent discharges, whether from being dropped or being in a holster. There's videos everywhere of this gun going off. Most recently, Achilles Heel Tactical posted something from one of their range days where someone had an ND on the range. It was a full range. It was a firing line full of people. The instructor was actually in front of the students. It's not news at this point, but it is news because I'm talking about it. It's news. Obviously, that's not an ideal situation to be in, whether you're a student or an instructor. Everyone knows this. Now, in light of that, I guess not really in light of it, but subsequent to that, you like that word, subsequent? I thought of it. I know words and stuff. I know stuff. After that, my pal DJ Shipley dropped a video on his channel talking about, well, we're going to watch. We're going to take a look at what he's talking about. And yes, I am going to show you some of DJ's video. We're not going to watch the whole thing. You can go to his channel and watch it. I encourage you. He has an amazing channel. From the videography to the content to the way he runs it, the way it's set up. It is a phenomenal channel. Honestly, kudos to GBRS Group for having an amazing channel. But we're going to talk about what they're talking about in this video. And I'm going to address some of the things that were said. So come with me, if you will, and let's take a look. I guess let's just, I guess the beginning's probably the best place to start. Let's do that.
Some guy brought to our attention the other day. I got sent a video by Achilles Heel Tactical. Rick and those guys over there doing fantastic stuff. He's a brilliant knowledge transfer specialist. You guys have not.
Knowledge transfer specialist. I love it. I am now going to assume the title of knowledge transfer specialist. From now on, you may refer to me as such.
His content. But there was an issue on his flat range. Everybody's on a yard line. He's demoing something, and all of a sudden you hear boom. Look down the yard line, just a bunch of students, and you hear him say, "Is that fucking 320?"
Language.
Pretty a negative install. And he said,
Okay, I know I keep stopping it, but it's probably a negative install because there's several jokes leading up to that about, hey, that guy's got a 320, watch out, watch your 6. There's probably a ton of jokes. They probably watched some of the videos leading up to this instance, and then all those jokes result in a negligent discharge. Yeah, there's going to be a negative install at that point. If that's me, going to be a negative install.
My issue with that is you can't see it. And just full transparency, we were running a KT course out here 3 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, about 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks ago, we had a guy, badass class, start to finish. Everybody was super honest, super safe, super.
So he says everyone was bad. They were bad dudes. Everyone was super honest and super safe. I want you to key in on those two things: super honest and super safe.
Parent and really ready to train. And we had a guy, one of the top shooters in the class, full-time guy, full-time SWAT team dude. who trains his ass off, definitely one of the top shooters in the class. He had an AD in the holster. And it's right next.
Super safe, full-time SWAT guy, negligent discharge in the holster. If you say so.
Me doing a drill, and I don't even catch it because it happened so fast.
If I'm on a range or going to a range, and I'm consuming content for the people who are putting on this range, and they use the phrase, "It happened super fast, I didn't even catch it," and you're the instructor, the safety, and or the facilitator, personally, I'm going to rethink going to that range or that class or that block of instruction from that particular knowledge transfer specialist.
I got the whole thing on video. But
Whoa!
As soon as it happened and I realized what it was your finger on the trigger. He looked me right in the eyes and said, no. Nope, I didn't do it. Went off by itself.
Pause that right there. Okay. Super honest, super safe. Bad SWAT dude. His entire index finger is inside of the holster. What is that holster? Is that Safari Land? His entire finger is inside the holster. And then they say, was your finger in the holster? And he says no. So we've already addressed super safe. Obviously, if there's a negligent discharge, probably not super safe. We can all agree on that. I'm sure DJ would agree on that. If I told him any range that I was instructing or participating in had a negligent discharge, we can agree that the threshold of super safe has not been met. So then let's move on. Let's move on to super honest. This happens. This literally happens. And the question comes up, was your finger in the holster? And the person says no. Now, we can see this, right? And then we hear you say no. So we've already struck down super safe. Now it's time to strike down super honest. At this point, now, this has never happened to me, but it could happen. It could literally happen to anybody. But at this point, you got to own that. There's no way to do this without knowing that you did this. Honesty, integrity, accountability.
My heart went through my mouth, and I looked over at Jared, and Jared
Language.
had that really expensive camera, and he goes, let's see it. Rewound the video playback, and here's exactly what happened. And this is the whole tutorial I do on reholstering the pistol, and here's why. Clear and safe. I tell everybody from the old school, we used to do a decock thumb holster and tame from Mid-South shooting. Shout out to Ross and Rodney, appreciate you boys. But as we got to draw this thing, we fire. As we get done, finger comes along on the slide. I cap the back of it. It's going in my holster. My finger is going at a 45 degrees. I'm not making contact with the side of the slide. I'm not making contact with the holster. It's out at 45 every single time. I do that so there's no way.
Yes, you draw your weapon while indexing. Don't put your finger on the trigger, near the trigger well, or more importantly, inside the holster. Thank you, DJ, for that knowledge transfer that you specialize in. And don't take me wrong, because I think that people might watch this and think that I don't like DJ or think that I have an issue with DJ. I really don't. I think this dude has built an incredible business. I think that he's had a remarkable career. And let's be honest, to be his age, but to be our age and to be in this great shape, you got to give it to the guy. Oh gosh, that sounds. Pause.
Video you can see. He's shooting, goes to make his transition. His fingers at a 45, gets right here, makes side contact with the slide, goes to reholster, and this is what it does. Right there. It reholsters the whole time. He goes to retract his finger, and he goes, boom, and shoots right next to his foot. That's not the 320 going off.
Well, that is the 320 going off. But that is the person pulling the trigger causing the 320 to go off. Which also, circling right back to super safe, not super safe. That's not super safe. Matter of fact, I would argue to say that that's not even regular safe. That's unsafe. I don't know. I could be wrong. I've been wrong before.
We've been saying there's a human involved in it. Doesn't matter how badass you are, you build 1,000 fucking bridges, man. One time.
Language, dude.
What happens? You rush to the holster one singular time, and that's what happens. And then you start to blame it on the pistol. It ain't the pistol, dude. I've got 320s that have been locked and loaded, sitting in a fucking safe for years. They've never gone off. I mean, I'll say a bold-ass claim. Outside of the guys who shoot at Sig Sauer professionally, we probably put more rounds through a 320 as a group than anybody else.
Yeah.
It's exclusively what we shoot because I like shooting the best. And if I thought those guns were going off...
So essentially, this is my favorite gun. This is why everyone else, everyone that's posted their negligent discharges, this is why they're wrong, because they're talking about my favorite gun. Come on. Really? Come on.
Holsters, I damn sure would not be shoving one in between my legs. I wouldn't be rocking my holster, and I would never let a student run them. So that's my story, and that's what I'm sticking to. Unless there's video evidence of you standing there just like this, arms crossed, boom, and it goes off until that video fucking emerges. I don't want to hear it, dude.
Here's my take. Whenever you hear something that you don't like, if your response is to say, I don't want to hear it, I mean, come on. If there's something bad about something that I like, and someone's telling me what they don't like about it, if I say, shh, no, I don't want to hear it. No, I'd like to hear it. Because, hey, let me prove you wrong. Let me disprove the stuff I don't like to hear. We've seen the countless videos of, well, you guys know. You know the thing.
It's not. And to throw out a blanket statement, I appreciate and I understand the concern. I do. But for you to say no 320s allowed on the flat range, I think that is a statement that shouldn't have been said. Because you don't have the video evidence. You're in the middle of a demo, and your full focus should be on the demo. I get it. That one round goes off. First thing out of my mind isn't, was that a fucking 320? It's, is everybody okay? What's going on?
He's right. Your first thought as an instructor, as a range safety, as a student on the range should always be, let me check my buddies and make sure everyone's good. I agree with that 100%. He's not wrong. However, if they've had issues leading up to this, and then this happens, I'm going to be pissed. I'm going to be very upset that someone just fired a round into the ground right next to where I'm standing or in front of me as I'm instructing class. That's just the bottom line. It's just, it is what it is. And honestly, if you have 1 million guns that are in rotation and 5 of those guns go off, and there's videos of them going off, whether it be in a law enforcement officer's holster or upon dropping or whatever, that is going to cast a shadow on the other 1 million of those guns. It is what it is. This is not an isolated incident, and we all know that. DJ knows that.
It's a whole deal. I don't know, like that, it really, it ruins people's confidence because there are millions of people out there running 320s on duty as their primary. And now it just starts to erode their confidence. Now they're like, whoa, is this gun gonna go off? Now they're not safe. Now I don't know this. It does a lot of bad shit for the industry. So
here's how I look at that statement. As far as your confidence comes from you. Your confidence and your faith in your equipment, 2 separate things. The only person that can erode your confidence is you. That's why it's called self-confidence. I believe Cat Williams addressed it. Self-confidence. Hey, guess what? I have a gun that really, it goes off sometimes, and it's happened quite a bit. I am confident in my skills, but let me be extra safe. Let me be extra safe and take some extra steps to boost the safety of my equipment, my confidence in my equipment.
A video emerges of a dude crisscrossed applesauce with his arms and it going off in a holster. I have been yet to be proven wrong. There's always a human involved, dude. And until they start going off sitting on tabletops or just sitting in holsters just like this.
DJ, I am going to prove you wrong right now. So I realized that rather than showing a video or showing several videos with unsafe acts and risking getting channel strikes and or getting my channel altogether banned, I would just ask AI, because AI is going to cite the articles and you can honestly just look it up yourself. So I'm going to jump right into it. I asked Grok, how many Sig P320 accidental discharges have occurred? A 2023 investigation by the Trace and the Washington Post, it is what it is, reported that more than 100 people have alleged their P320 pistols discharged without a trigger pull. This resulted in at least 80 injuries from these incidents. Following the investigation, the Trace reported in December of 2023 that new evidence linked the P320 to at least 1 death and 20 additional injuries. So now let's look at law enforcement involved incidents. Milwaukee Police Department, at least 3 documented cases of the P320 discharging without a trigger pull, including one in 2020 injuring an officer. 3 is far too many. Somerville and Cambridge Police, 5 P320s carried by officers reportedly fired unexpectedly. At least 33 law enforcement officers across 18 agencies have reported injuries from the P320 discharges, with some agencies, like the Riverdale Police Department, returning their P320s to Sig for upgrades. Lawsuits have cited a pattern, with one attorney representing over 40 clients in cases against Sig, and a multi-state lawsuit in 2022 involving 20 plaintiffs who claimed injuries from unintentional discharges. So there you have it. There you have it. I mean, in the holster. Now, granted, it's not sitting on a tabletop like what you requested, but let's be real. The safest gun is a gun untouched. A gun on a tabletop oftentimes won't go off. But you throw it in a holster, you carry it around, you wear it getting in and out of a vehicle, going about your day, you throw in the human element, even though you're not manipulating the trigger, it's different than just sitting on a table. Or, as you said, crisscross applesauce with your arm.
There's a human involved, fellas. There just is. Just like the most common malfunction is a dead man gun. It's the one you induce. Most common AD is the one where your finger makes contact with the trigger when you're not ready. Anything to put out on that?
What I like about this video is this guy's been there the whole time, and just like moral support, just in the background, just looking good with his nice hair and his full beard, just like, go DJ, have my DJ. Oh gosh.
Yep. So I mean, similar stuff. Like I've had a 320 sitting on top of my fridge. That's where I usually put my carry stuff when I get home because I want my kids to reach it, and it's yet to go off. A lot of the videos I've seen, even some of the guys with gloves or different types of holsters, there's some type of manipulation going on where that thing goes off. There's no way that it's sitting there in the holster, kind of shoots off by its own because of some internal mechanical error. Yep, maybe sometimes somebody's got some kind of tripped out trigger where they got less than a pound kind of deal and they're slamming it in there. But even if that holster just has a little bit of variation that fits that 320 and is able to make intimate contact just enough to get that trigger to go back, that's kind of what I've been seeing a lot.
If your holster is making intimate contact with your trigger, well, we know what that leads to. Don't do that. Get a good holster, get a reliable gun. End of story. It'll never go off in the holster. I'll tell you now, I'm a Glock guy. I've had a Glock for a long time. And honestly, it's never gone off, whether it be dropped in the holster. I carry appendix. My church gun is Glock. My EDC is a Glock. Everything that I carry is a Glock, and they've never gone off when I didn't want them to go off. It is what it is.
These videos from is somebody's messing with it, and it's not just standing on the line and it goes off automatically.
So my thing for Rick, and you can't judge the other people because when you ask the other people on the yard line in our scenario, everybody said his finger was out of the trigger. Until you know for sure, until you see the video, you just don't know, man.
Which leads me to my last point. If you are that guy on that range and you have a negligent discharge and it's because your finger is on the trigger, don't lie about it. Be honest. Because you know whether you pulled the trigger or not. You know that. Be honest. All right, everyone. Well, thank you so much for watching. Best way to support the channel, head over to kingpicsmedia.com. Click the merch tab. I have everything from, I got to be careful what I say on YouTube, discounts available through Badlands Munitions Co. I have King Pics Media. I have my signature peek inside every time and my punch out and go to work shirts. I also have my Combat Solutions Group Industries hoodies and t-shirts available in stock now. Make sure you hop in the Discord. A lot of times when I have content for these videos, it is directly from Discord. I'm in there every day. Generally, I say good morning to the chat, and then we converse about whatever topic comes up. Outside of that, you guys know I've been streaming for the last 88 days in a row. Now, I stream on Twitch 7 days a week at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I've included links for kingpicsmedia.com, the Discord, as well as the Twitch stream. I've included all that in the description below. Make sure you guys join in the fun, and I'll see you next time. Oh, hello. Future me here. I just realized that I didn't rate this video on the MP5 1 through 5 scale. Overall, I give it 5 out of 5 MP5 slaps.